The instant I saw her wrapped in his arms, something inside me broke apart. I wasn't even meant to be there that night. Work had finished earlier than expected, and instead of calling my wife, Claire, I thought I'd surprise her. We'd barely had time for each other lately. The late nights, the growing distance, the forced small talk at dinner. I figured maybe showing up with her favorite flowers might bring a spark back. But when I walked into that restaurant, everything collapsed. She wasn't just sitting across from another man. She wasn't just smiling in a way I hadn't seen in months. She was leaning into him, resting against his chest like she had finally found home, but not with me. My throat closed. My legs refused to move. The bouquet slipped from my hand and hit the floor, unnoticed by anyone, especially her. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. My mind screamed at me to storm over, to demand answers, to tear them apart. But my body froze. I stood there in the shadows, watching the woman I promised forever to melt into another man. He leaned down, whispered something, and she laughed. That laugh, the one I thought belonged to me. I stumbled out into the cold night, chest hollow, like everything inside had been ripped out. When I finally got home, I didn't say a word. I just sat in the dark, waiting. Hours later, she slipped quietly inside, believing I was asleep. I pretended. Her perfume lingered as she climbed into bed, while I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering how long this had been going on. For weeks, I carried that silence. She acted normal, kissing me good morning, asking about my day, making dinner. But every moment, that image replayed in my head, her body in his arms. I watched her closely, the smiles at her phone, the sudden late nights, the vague excuses. And yet, I couldn't confront her, not without proof. So I played the part of the clueless husband. I laughed when she joked, held her hand at gatherings, told her I love you at night, all while breaking inside. One evening, I followed her. She claimed she had a work project with colleagues, but my gut twisted when she left. After 10 minutes, I got in my car and trailed her from a distance. She didn't drive downtown toward the office. She went to a quiet street on the city's edge. I parked 2 blocks away and walked, heart pounding in my ears. Her car sat in front of a townhouse, and then I saw him, the man from the restaurant. He opened the door, smiling wide, and pulled her inside. My fist clenched as I stood in the shadows, watching the woman I thought I knew vanish into another man's home. That was my breaking point. The next morning, she entered the kitchen like nothing had happened, hair tied back, humming as she poured coffee. "Morning," she said. I stared at her, the words burning in my throat until I finally let them out. "Who is he?" Her hand froze midair. Slowly, she set the mug down. "What? What do you mean?" "Don't play with me, Claire. I saw you at the restaurant at his house. Don't lie." Her face went pale. Her lips parted, but no words came. Finally, she whispered, "You followed me?" "I had to," I said, my voice shaking. "Because you shut me out. Because I don't even recognize the woman lying next to me anymore." Tears welled in her eyes. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" Because from where I stood, it looked like my wife found someone else. She covered her mouth, sobbing. Then she choked out the words. "I didn't sleep with him. I swear. But I wanted to. I wanted to feel alive again." Her confession hit like a blade to the chest. We spent hours tearing each other apart with words. She admitted she'd been seeing him for months, not physically, but emotionally, as if that was supposed to hurt less. She said she felt invisible, that I'd buried myself in work, that she needed to feel wanted again. "I never stopped loving you," she cried. But I felt lost, and he filled the silence. I couldn't look at her. My wife, the woman I built my life around, was telling me I hadn't been enough. That night, I packed a bag and left. Weeks turned into months. I rented a small apartment, empty, cold, but mine. She texted often. Sometimes long messages, sometimes just "I miss you." I ignored most. Other times, I replied with anger, with questions, with words I regretted the moment I sent them. Our friends and family eventually found out. Some urged forgiveness. Others told me to walk away for good. But none of them understood the weight of waking every morning with her laughter haunting me, the one I'd seen her share with him. I tried to bury myself in work, in routines that meant nothing. But at night, when the world went quiet, her face haunted me. Then one night, a knock at my door. When I opened it, she was standing there in the rain, soaked, eyes red from crying. "I can't do this anymore," she whispered. I should have shut the door. Should have told her she made her choice. But instead, I let her in. We sat in silence, the storm outside raging while another storm built inside me. Finally, she spoke. I ended it with him. Months ago, I've been in therapy, trying to understand why I broke us. And all I know is I don't want to lose you. Her hands trembled as she reached for mine. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I'm here because I love you. Because even when I was with him, my heart was still with you. Please don't let this be the end of us. I looked at her, the woman who was once my everything, the woman who broke me, now begging for another chance. Every instinct screamed at me to push her away, to protect what little was left of me. But another part, the part that remembered late night talks, road trips, the way she used to fall asleep on my shoulder, ached to hold her again. "Claire," my voice cracked. "I don't know if I can ever trust you again." Her tears spilled over. "Then let me earn it. Day by day. However long it takes." I closed my eyes, crushed by the weight of the decision. Was I a fool for considering it? Or was love meant to be messy, painful, and fought for? That night, she stayed, not in my bed, but on the couch. I lay awake, listening to her breathing, torn between rage and longing. I hadn't forgiven her. Not yet. Maybe never completely. But I also couldn't bring myself to send her away. Because sometimes the heart clings to what the mind knows is dangerous. Sometimes love doesn't end clean. It lingers, bruised, bleeding, but alive. And as the storm outside finally calmed, I realized something. My marriage wasn't over. Not yet. But the road ahead would never be the same.